Aging is inevitable, but the way we age, that's within our control more than we realize. The way you live today is shaping how long and how well you'll live after 70. Some people seem to defy time, staying sharp, active, and independent, while others struggle with declining health. The difference isn't just luck, it's the result of patterns that have been studied and proven by science. Longevity isn't just about genetics. Scientists estimate that only 25% of lifespan variation is determined by genes. The rest is lifestyle, choices, and mindset. In other words, what you do every day is like writing a contract with your future self. And some signs are already revealing how long you might live. Think about this. Have you ever met an 85-year-old who still has a sparkle in their eye, a strong posture, and a mind as sharp as ever? What do they have that others don't? Scientists have spent decades analyzing these people, and the patterns they've uncovered are astonishing. Harvard researchers found that people who stay socially connected in old age tend to live longer and report higher happiness levels than those who become isolated. That's because loneliness is as dangerous as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Yes, you read that right. Feeling lonely isn't just an emotional state. It affects your immune system, your heart, and even your brain function. But the way you approach aging isn't just about social connections. It's about something deeper, how you see yourself. Dr. Becca Levy of Yale University conducted a groundbreaking study that showed people with positive attitudes toward aging live an average of 7.5 years longer than those with negative views. If you constantly tell yourself, "I'm too old for this," or "it's all downhill from here," your body listens. On the other hand, if you embrace aging as a time of growth, wisdom, and purpose, your health follows suit. Even Albert Einstein once said, "A person who never made a mistake never tried anything new." And that applies to aging too. If you're still curious, engaged, and willing to learn, your brain stays younger. Scientists have proven that continuing to challenge your mind, whether through reading, learning a new skill, or engaging in deep conversations, keeps your cognitive function strong well into your 80s and beyond. The way you live after 70 is determined long before you reach that age. But even if you're already there, the good news is, you can still rewrite your future. Every small change you make today is adding time and quality to your life. If you've made it to 70, you've already beaten the odds. But the question is, how much longer and how well will you live? The answer isn't random. Your body has been leaving clues for decades, revealing how much time you might have left. The problem is, most people don't pay attention to them until it's too late. Longevity isn't just about avoiding diseases. It's about how well your body and mind are holding up over time. Scientists have studied thousands of elderly individuals and discovered key signs that predict whether someone will thrive into their 80s, 90s, and even past 100, or if they'll face a steep decline much earlier. Your walking speed and strength, a hidden predictor of lifespan. You might not think much about how fast you walk, but your walking speed after 70 is one of the most accurate predictors of how long you'll live. A study published in the Journal of the American Medical Association, JAMA, found that people who walk faster tend to live longer than those who walk slowly. It's not just about movement. It's a reflection of your overall muscle health, heart efficiency, and nervous system function. Here's a simple test. If you can walk at least 3 feet per second, about 2 miles per hour, your chances of living another 10 years are significantly higher than someone who walks slower. Why? Because slow walking isn't just about weak legs. It can signal declining brain function, poor circulation, and even early signs of neurological diseases like Parkinson's. But walking speed isn't the only indicator. Grip strength is another shockingly accurate way to measure how well you're aging. A study from Lancet found that weak grip strength is linked to a higher risk of early death than even high blood pressure. If your grip is strong, your body still has resilience. If it's weak, it could be a sign of frailty creeping in. Want to test it? Try squeezing a rubber ball or even shaking someone's hand firmly. If your grip feels noticeably weaker than it used to, don't ignore it. The good news? Strength can be rebuilt at any age with simple resistance exercises, even in your 80s. Your sleeping patterns. A silent warning or a sign of longevity. Sleep is often overlooked, but it might be one of the biggest secrets to a long life. Researchers at the University of California, Berkeley, found that poor sleep in older adults is directly linked to memory loss, heart disease, and shorter lifespans. People over 70 who sleep less than 6 hours a night regularly tend to have more inflammation, higher stress levels, and a weakened immune system. But here's where it gets interesting. Sleeping too much is just as bad. If you regularly sleep more than 9 hours and still feel tired, it could be a sign that your body is already slowing down. So, what's the ideal sleep range? Between 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep per night. Not too little, not too much. The quality of your sleep matters more than the quantity. If you wake up feeling groggy or exhausted despite a full night's sleep, your body might not be getting enough deep sleep, the kind that helps repair cells and fight aging. A simple way to check? Pay attention to how refreshed you feel in the morning. If you wake up ready to take on the day, your body is likely aging well. But if you constantly feel drained or rely on naps, it might be time to fix your sleep schedule. The surprising role of your attitude in aging. Think aging is just about physical health. Think again. Your mindset plays a shocking role in how long you live. A Stanford University study found that people who see aging as a positive experience, full of wisdom, freedom, and opportunities, live up to 7.5 years longer than those who dread getting older. Why? Because your beliefs shape your biology. If you constantly think, "I'm too old for this," or "it's all downhill from here," your body listens. You start to withdraw, do less, and your brain slows down. But if you wake up thinking, "I still have time to grow, learn, and experience life," your body fights to keep up with your mindset. Even Winston Churchill once said, "Attitude is a little thing that makes a big difference." This applies to aging too. Studies have found that optimistic people have lower risks of heart disease, stroke, and even dementia. So if you're still setting goals, trying new things, and looking forward to the future, your body is likely following suit. Your social circle and longevity. The hidden connection. Think socializing is just for fun? Think again. Loneliness is one of the biggest killers in old age. A Harvard study that tracked people for 80 years found that those with strong relationships lived longer, healthier lives than those who were isolated. Why? Because social connection reduces stress, strengthens the immune system, and keeps the mind sharp. Loneliness, on the other hand, is as harmful as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Yes, it's that serious. Here's the test. Do you have at least 3 people you can turn to for emotional support? If not, it might be time to reconnect with family, old friends, or even join a local group or class. Staying socially active can literally add years to your life. But it's not just about the quantity of relationships, it's about quality. Toxic relationships full of stress, criticism, or negativity can shorten your lifespan. So, if you feel drained by certain people, it might be time to set boundaries and focus on those who bring you joy. Your diet, the fuel that determines your future. They say, you are what you eat, but when it comes to aging, it's 100% true. Studies of the longest living people on Earth, those in blue zones like Okinawa, Japan, and Sardinia, Italy, show that diet is a key factor in living past 100. So, what do they eat? Mostly plant-based foods, healthy fats, and very little processed sugar or red meat. If your diet is still full of processed foods, fried snacks, and sugary drinks, your body is aging faster than it should. The best foods for longevity: leafy greens, nuts, olive oil, berries, and fatty fish like salmon. These foods reduce inflammation, protect the heart, and even keep the brain young. Think about your meals. Are they adding years to your life or taking them away? The message so far. Your body is constantly giving you clues about how much longer and how well you'll live after 70. From your walking speed to your mindset, sleep, social connections, and even diet, every decision you make today is shaping your future. And here's the good news. It's never too late to make changes. Even small adjustments, like walking more, sleeping better, maintaining strong friendships, and eating healthier, can add years of quality life. Reaching 70 is a milestone, but what happens next is not just about luck. Your daily habits, choices, and even the small things you overlook can determine whether you thrive into your 80s and 90s, or struggle with declining health sooner than expected. Many people unknowingly speed up their own aging, cutting their lifespan short without even realizing it. So, what are these hidden dangers? Some of them are obvious: smoking, excessive drinking, or poor diet. But others are far more subtle, creeping into daily life and silently shaving years off your future. The good news? Most of them can be stopped, reversed, or improved starting today. Chronic stress, the silent killer that ages you from the inside out. Ever notice how some people seem to age overnight after going through a stressful event? That's not just your imagination. Stress isn't just a feeling. It's a biological process that accelerates aging at a cellular level. Scientists at Harvard Medical School found that chronic stress actually shortens telomeres, the protective caps at the ends of your DNA. When telomeres shrink, cells age faster, leading to wrinkles, memory loss, heart disease, and even early death. Think about it. Do you often feel overwhelmed, anxious, or constantly worried? Do you find yourself snapping at people, unable to relax, or feeling like you're carrying a weight on your shoulders? If so, stress might be silently damaging your body from the inside out. The worst part? Many older adults live with constant, low-level stress without realizing it. Worrying about finances, family conflicts, health concerns, or even feeling useless after retirement can trigger stress hormones like cortisol, which weakens your immune system, increases inflammation, and even shrinks your brain. What's the solution? It's not about eliminating stress completely. That's impossible. It's about learning how to manage it. Studies show that simple activities like deep breathing, walking in nature, listening to calming music, or even laughing with friends can lower stress hormones and slow aging. Even the legendary Mahatma Gandhi once said, "There is more to life than increasing its speed." Sometimes, slowing down, letting go of unnecessary worries, and focusing on the present moment can literally add years to your life. Sitting too much. The new smoking? Think only smokers have to worry about cutting their lifespan short. Think again. Research from the American Journal of Preventive Medicine found that sitting for more than 8 hours a day increases the risk of dying early by up to 60%, even if you exercise regularly. Yes, you read that right. Sitting too much is as bad for your health as smoking. The human body wasn't designed to be still for long periods, but after retirement, many people slow down, spending more time watching TV, sitting at the computer, or just relaxing. The problem? Sitting weakens circulation, slows metabolism, and increases the risk of heart disease, diabetes, and even dementia. Here's a quick test. How often do you move during the day? If you spend long stretches sitting without standing up, your body is aging faster than it should. The solution? Micro movements. You don't need to run marathons. Just standing up every 30 minutes, walking around, or even stretching can keep your body young. The oldest, healthiest people in the world don't go to the gym. They naturally move throughout the day, gardening, walking, or simply staying active. Even Leonardo da Vinci once said, "Movement is the cause of all life." So if you want to keep living well into old age, keep moving, every single day. Ignoring your brain health, the fast track to cognitive decline. Most people focus on keeping their bodies healthy, but what about the brain? Your mind is like a muscle. Use it or lose it. Studies from Johns Hopkins University reveal that people who stop learning, engaging, or challenging their brains after 70 have a much higher risk of Alzheimer's and dementia. The problem is, many people stop learning as they get older. They fall into routines, watch the same TV shows, talk to the same people, and never push their minds to do anything new. But your brain craves stimulation. If you don't challenge it, it begins to shrink. Want to keep your mind young? Try something new every day. Read books, do puzzles, learn a new language, play chess, or even try writing with your non-dominant hand. Anything that forces your brain to work in new ways will keep it strong. The famous Albert Einstein once said, "Once you stop learning, you start dying." And when it comes to aging, that couldn't be more true. Ignoring small health symptoms, the mistakes that can cost you years. Many people over 70 ignore small health changes, thinking they're just part of aging. But here's the truth. Your body warns you before serious problems appear. Ignoring those signs can cost you years of life. For example, sudden weight loss could be an early sign of cancer, thyroid problems, or malnutrition. Frequent forgetfulness might not just be old age, could be early dementia, vitamin deficiencies, or even sleep disorders. Changes in handwriting. A shaky, smaller signature could be an early sign of Parkinson's. Unexplained bruises could mean weakened blood vessels or even hidden diseases. The key is listening to your body and not assuming every symptom is normal. Regular checkups, blood tests, and even paying attention to small changes in energy levels, mood, or sleep patterns can catch diseases early, when they're still treatable. Holding on to regret and resentment, how it can steal years from your life. This one might surprise you, but negative emotions can actually shorten your lifespan. Studies from the University of California, San Francisco, found that people who hold on to anger, resentment, or regret have higher levels of inflammation, stress, and even a weaker immune system. Why? Because negative emotions create toxic stress in the body, increasing blood pressure and even damaging the heart. Holding on to grudges, feeling bitter about the past, or constantly replaying old mistakes in your mind is like poisoning yourself slowly. Ever met an older person who's always angry, blaming others, and stuck in the past? They don't just seem older, they age faster physically too. The best way to fight back? Forgiveness. Not for others, but for yourself. Let go of old pain, release resentment, and focus on the present. As Mark Twain wisely said, forgiveness is the fragrance the violet sheds on the heel that has crushed it. Life is short. Don't waste it carrying unnecessary burdens. The message. So far, aging well isn't just about avoiding disease. It's about avoiding the hidden dangers that speed up aging, often without you realizing it. Chronic stress, sitting too much, ignoring brain health, overlooking small symptoms, and holding on to resentment can all steal years from your life. But here's the best part. It's never too late to change. You can start reversing these dangers right now. Small changes in your mindset, movement, and daily habits can add extra years and quality to your life. Some people don't just live past 70. They thrive well into their 90s and even hundreds, remaining active, mentally sharp, and full of life. But what's their secret? Is it just genetics? Science says only about 20 to 30% of longevity is determined by DNA. The rest comes down to lifestyle, habits, and mindset. They stay socially connected. Loneliness is more dangerous than you think. One of the biggest predictors of a long life isn't diet or exercise, it's human connection. Studies from Harvard University's famous 85-year-long happiness study found that people with strong relationships live longer, healthier lives. Loneliness, on the other hand, increases the risk of heart disease, dementia, and even early death. Many people over 70 withdraw from social life, thinking it's just a natural part of aging. But the world's longest living people, like those in Okinawa, Japan, and Sardinia, Italy, prioritize friendships. They laugh, talk, and engage with their community every single day. Even Mother Teresa once said, "The most terrible poverty is loneliness and the feeling of being unloved." So, if you want to add years to your life, stay connected. Call an old friend, join a local group, or even chat with neighbors. A simple conversation could literally keep you alive longer. They have a purpose, the ikigai, secret to longevity. In Okinawa, Japan, home to some of the world's longest living people, there's a concept called ikigai, shunkijafei, which means reason for being. These elders never truly retire. They wake up each morning with a purpose, whether it's gardening, cooking for their family, teaching, or helping others. Science backs this up. A study in the journal JAMA Psychiatry found that people over 70 who have a strong sense of purpose live longer and are far less likely to develop diseases like Alzheimer's. If you want to extend your life, find something that excites you every day. It doesn't have to be big. Volunteering, learning something new, taking care of a pet, or mentoring someone younger can give you a reason to keep going. They don't obsess over perfection. They enjoy life. Many long-living people share one simple habit. They don't stress over small things. They live life with a sense of ease. Dr. Suzanne Operel, a cardiologist at the University of Alabama, studied centenarians and found that most of them didn't follow strict diets, intense exercise plans, or obsess over health trends. Instead, they ate real food in moderation, walked every day, and enjoyed life without overcomplicating things. Take it from the 114-year-old Jessie Gallen, Scotland's oldest woman, who said her secret to longevity was simple. Eat your porridge, stay away from men, and keep moving. The key takeaway? Don't overthink it. Focus on simple joys, move a little every day, and let go of unnecessary worries. Aging well isn't about avoiding every little risk. It's about choosing the habits that keep you happy, active, and engaged with life. You can't control everything, but you can choose to stay connected, find purpose, and enjoy each day with a light heart. So, whether you're 70, 80, or beyond, the best years might still be ahead of you. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about how long you live, it's about how well you live. Now, tell me, which of these habits will you start today? Let's keep the conversation going in the comments. Hey, hey.